Welcome to Gloria's Gab Live. So happy to have you viewing in today. I have a great guest, but before I get on to my buddy Lillian Ser, I want to thank our show sponsor, Jackie Milanese, with Jackie Milanese M. All things Jackie Milanese. And she's a wonderful person, a serial entrepreneur, does so many things, but she and her husband have a Geico agency in Palmetto Bay. So great local opportunity to have your insurance done there. And Jackie has multiple licenses, insurance and real estate, and also has a property in Hawaii, Oahu. They have two B&Bs. So if you're looking for a great vacation opportunity, go to allthingsjackiem.com. So again, thanks, Jackie. But now for my guest, I have Lillian Ser, Ser & Associates. She's an amazing attorney who is so involved in the community. I thought I was busy until I met Lillian. Thank you so much for coming, Lillian.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So we've been talking already for like a half an hour about all the things she's involved in. But one of the things that we did together a while ago was with our buddy, Stephen Bradley at Clutchburger. We did a Gringo Bingo, and the community, the Coral Gables Women's Club does that every month, but with a designated charity, a different charity every month. And Lillian was kind enough to say, oh, well, let me have my birthday party there. And of course, we both have had issues with people that we love dearly that have had Alzheimer's. So tell us about your experience and why you got involved in Alzheimer's.
Well, my mother suffered from Alzheimer's for about 15 years, and it is a debilitating disease. It robs you of your mind. She was a very strong woman, big woman like I am, and I just saw her dwindle away over this time. And it affects so many people, and it really is so rough on the family and the caretaker that I was hoping to participate. And it just so happened that you told me about Gringo Bingo and that we could do it for Alzheimer's, and it was my birthday, and I invited everyone. And for my birthday at Gringo Bingo at Clutchburger, and it was so much fun. First time we were dancing until
I was going to say it was
till like
time
midnight at Gringo
Bingo. We dance a lot now, but
on a Tuesday.
You started it.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful for Steve Bradley at Clutchburger, who's also a client of mine.
Yes, and he loves you.
He's fantastic.
Actually, all your clients love you. They specialize in small businesses, and I remember during the because of the COVID thing, you actually through United Way raised money to help small businesses.
This was at the end of the year, and actually became a member of United Way because of it. So every year I always put money aside in my budget to send out Christmas gifts, or have a Christmas party, go take big clients out to lunch, things like that. So this past year, it didn't seem right to be sending bottles of wine or whatever we would have done. So I took that money and I put out a challenge to my clients and to our followers on social media. And I put $3,500 to start it off. And immediately I had a client who not only matched the donation, but took us to $10,000
right away,
because that was our first goal. And then I said, well, maybe we should increase this goal. And we did. We increased it to $15,000, and we made it. If I would have started a little earlier, because of course I thought about this probably 3 or 4 weeks before Christmas, we could have raised more. So I think that this coming year we'll probably do something similar. And those funds went to United Way. and they have a small business grant program. So it went directly to business owners who have been struggling throughout this crisis, and it assisted them with not only things like covering their rent, their lease rent payments, but it also provided additional services such as business coaching, financial planning, help with marketing, social media.
Mhm.
So I thought it was a really worthwhile cause. And so
Yeah.
I was very happy we did that.
Well, I loved it. When I saw the challenge, I'm going, oh my God, this girl is amazing.
It was fun. It was fun.
And such a great way to support your bread and butter, small businesses. So and at such a critical time. But that's not all she does. She's actually incoming chair of the Greater Kendall Business Association.
Yes.
But not only that, she's on the board of the Coral Gables Chamber of Commerce. This girl gets around. She's on the board of the Terrell
Bar Association.
And actually, I kept running into you everywhere I would go. I would think,
that's right. Not
"There's
only do I
Lillian.
get around, Gloria, you do. You do too.
I don't know anybody that I've ever run into in so many different areas on a consistent basis. And I used to think there was something like, I thought I was busy, but how does she do this? And she's an attorney, but that's not the only thing she does. She has another business. Tell us about your other business.
Yes. In addition to my law practice, which is really my main business.
That's your main business. Right?
I have a second business that I started with my husband in 2017, and that's a clinical research site. My husband is a nephrologist, so it was sort of a natural extension of his practice. And we have completed already probably about close to 20 studies. And these are all renal related studies or very complicated studies. I have a fantastic staff. It's been a struggle this past year, I have to admit. Clinical research has been an industry that has been somewhat devastated because of COVID, but at the same time for a good reason. So what's happened is that most of the large pharmaceuticals have moved their funding to COVID studies naturally.
Yeah.
And so other studies were put on hold or are being pushed out for a couple of years. So now we're just starting to see the industry come back. And then part of my law practice, the reason why it all came about is because I service quite a few clinical research sites with all their contracts with Big Pharma. And so I knew the legal side of it.
Yeah.
And then I learned the operational side, which really is a fantastic industry and a huge industry.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, but your husband, Dr.
Fernandez.
Juan or John?
John, he goes by
We call
John.
him John, yeah. And South Florida
Kidney Partners.
Partners, right.
Mhm.
And yeah, so give him a little plug, right?
Absolutely.
So then with the Coral Gables Chamber, we were talking about the Coral Gables Chamber and what a great job Mark is doing. But you're on the board, lots of stuff. They've managed to make an impact despite the fact that with your hands tied, you can't, meet. I know they're having an event coming up though.
Yes, Mark and the team have done such an incredible job this past year. It has been, for all of those listening or watching, that there's Zoom fatigue that has set in for the last at least 3 or 4 months. And the Chamber has just done such an amazing job through its programming, keeping us interested, keeping us together, because I think that's what's important about the Coral Gables Chamber is keeping us together. And it's a wonderful group of people. And the speakers that have been brought in have been fantastic. We are now working closely with Mark and his team. We are sponsoring the Small Business Summit that's going to take place on May 7th. The location is still unclear because we're not sure if it's going to be in person or hybrid, online, in person. So we're still working on that, but that's going to be for the small business community. And I think, I mean, kudos to Mark. He is the chamber. And as I told him recently, I feel like you're just, the guy up front, you're pulling the train on your shoulders. So big applause to Mark Trowbridge.
Yeah. So tell me, what else is going on in your life? You've got.
Well, I just moved my offices.
Oh, that's right.
And
that was huge. Where did you move to?
My husband and I purchased a small building at the perimeter of Coral Gables. It's on 8th Street and 48th. It's on Monterey. And just built out my space there and moved the office this past month. That's been very difficult. If you've ever moved, moving an office is kind of worse, I think. And now I'm getting ready
because of all the hookups and
and changing your address. And as an attorney, your addresses are recorded everywhere. And so now I am running plans through the city of Coral Gables for the complete rehab of the exterior of the building. It's right now a little bit of an ugly duckling. It hasn't been touched probably since the 1970s when it was built. Really? So I'm working with Stuart Dabowski, who is also a chamber member, and he has done just a beautiful modern design, and we're very excited about it.
Oh my goodness! Well, we'll have to have an event there.
Yes, absolutely. I love having events.
I know
so
you
we'll
do.
Definitely plan something.
And actually, you do. I remember before COVID, you were doing like little workshops and things like that, and if you've never heard Lillian speak, she's an amazing speaker.
Thank
you. So you convey information very well, which
thanks. Appreciate it.
Right, that could be your other.
I don't know about teacher. I don't know if I have the patience for being a teacher, but we definitely.
For college, you could
maybe
for sure. Give me a little bit about your background. Where were you raised and?
Well, I was born and raised in New York. I'm a Long Island girl.
Oh, really?
My parents came from Cuba in the late 40s and went to New York rather than Miami, which is probably why my English is better than my Spanish. But I moved down here a long time ago in 1979. Went to the university. Went to the University of Miami for undergrad. Then when I graduated, there was a big recession going on, so I couldn't find a job. And then I ended up getting a job at the university so that I could go do my MBA. I was flat broke, so I took a job to be able to use tuition remission.
Yeah.
And I did my MBA at the university. And then when I graduated, I had worked my way up. I was the bursar for the university and worked there for about 10 years before I went to law school there. So on campus, I was there for 17 years.
So you are...
I am a triple Kane, diehard.
Oh my gosh, we should have had some Kane stuff up there.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. So, and you got married to John when?
I married John just 6 years ago. We met 11 years ago.
It's your newlyweds almost.
Yeah, they're always newlyweds.
Yeah, right.
He's the love of my life.
I know. He's sweet.
And we've had a lot of fun and have traveled extensively in these last 11 years. He also is always on the go. So we work really hard, but we also play pretty hard as well. And it's been fun. And I'm looking forward to the next 11 years.
There you go. Oh, shout out to John.
It might go to his head. Let's keep that down a little bit.
So now coming up, we've got your buddy we've got a Gringo Bingo on April 6th. Are you coming?
I can. We're leaving for North Carolina on the 1st.
Okay, you're forgiven. But we will have the first Tuesday in November. I think is going to be.
We are
date
confirmed. Yes.
I've already told the Women's Club.
We will be sponsoring.
I don't know if it's going to be 50-50 or full, but it's going to be one of the two. Oh, and you'll sponsor it for us?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'll reserve that spot for you. But it should be a lot of fun. And now we're dancing almost every time.
You see, we started something.
Yes, you did. You absolutely did. Yeah. So I'm just, and thank God, hopefully pretty soon we'll be able to move back inside when it starts getting warmer. Now we're still able to be outside, thank God, because, Threefold Cafe and Miss Saigon, give us their space. So
Oh,
we've
that's
got
wonderful.
a ton of room for people that are still like almost everybody in our office here has gotten both vaccinations. But you still have to wear the mask and you still have to be concerned about that South African.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully it'll be better in November, but if we can fill both the inside and the outside, I'd be happy with that.
Do you know what we did? The one time I said, no, we can't just skip it. We have to have it. So I managed to figure out a way to do it when it was still super hot. I don't know if it was August or September, but we did a hybrid. So we actually had a monitor set up inside, and somebody took care of Ira Siggy, was one of our members, set up the Zoom. And Stephen got his mom in South Dakota. He's got buddies in Chicago. People were like, on Zoom, and they paid. They Venmoed me the money to participate, and I sent them a picture of their card.
Oh, fantastic!
And, yeah, so we would know what their card said, and they would too. But it worked pretty well. We raised quite a bit of money, and then we had I think a handful of people, like 15 people inside.
Well, why don't we set a goal today as to how much we want to raise? What's the most you've ever?
The most we've ever raised was just recently. We raised $1,850.
Okay, so what do you say we go to 3,500?
Oh, 35.
What do you think? Can we do it?
Well,
we can do it.
We can do it if we.
We'll do it. Sponsorships.
We have to have more than one sponsor.
Let's put our heads together.
Okay, we'll do more. Okay.
All right.
You hear that, ladies?
That's
of the Coral Gables
we put it out there.
We're going to have to get additional sponsors for the November event, so we can raise tons of money for Alzheimer's research and a little bit for the clinic.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. So how are we doing on time? I never know.
You're 17 minutes in.
Oh, 17 minutes in. Well, we got more time. So what else can we talk about? We've got a lot of stuff going on. So tell me about the Greater Kendall Business Association.
Well, it's a fantastic organization. Our motto is it's the friendliest place to do business. Right now, Karen Bassel from West Baptist is the chair, and she has done a phenomenal job. And we just had Catherine Fernandez Rundle last week.
Oh, yeah, she's always such a good speaker.
Fantastic. Yeah. So we have a really nice following for our lunches. I've been heading up the education committee for the GKBA. And we have kept it going for this past year. We focused our webinars, which is our Wednesday webinar, on topics that would help the local business, small business community get through this crisis. So we concentrated on, for example, marketing, how to do more virtual marketing for your business, how to, what was another one that we did? We had a lot of, we had a CPA come in to speak. To help us with the PPP programming
the PPP stuff? Yeah.
And the EIDL loans. We did some work with a web designer as far as modifying your site to be more user-friendly, being able to take payments online, things like that. So we really focused on those things to help the community, as did for certain associates. We started putting out what we call business resources and updates. When COVID began, there was so much legislation coming out of the federal government that it was hard to keep up with what was happening. How does the PPP work? How does the EIDL work? Even the banks were struggling to understand how things were working. So we put out regular to our following via email and also on social media to try to assist the small business owners here in South Florida as to what they could do, where could they go for help, what's happening with evictions, for example.
Exactly.
A very difficult year, but I'm so excited about the end of 2021 because I feel that there's all of this energy and excitement within business owners that I think we're going to have a fantastic second half of 2021. And I think 2022 is going to be phenomenal.
A lot of pent up demand.
Yes.
Is what it is. I've got a daughter who is just got engaged. So we were laughing. We're going, hey, all these brides have been waiting to get married. You better secure a place if you want to get married in the next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
my husband's middle son, Jason, just got engaged to a wonderful young lady, Nettie Major, and they started looking for locations, and a lot of the answers that they received is, well, we're into 2023 already. So yes, absolutely. Right? They have to get out there, get moving.
Well, the Coral Gables Women's Club has that beautiful historic building. And so it's starting to pick up there too. But for brides looking for a place to get married, it's beautiful. And we just found out that we can use our outdoor area for an outdoor wedding. Which is not something we knew before. So it's another option that brides can have to get married outside on the lawn.
Oh, lovely.
Especially if you're having a small wedding. It's beautiful. It's got trees. It's it's kind of shaded and really pretty.
Very nice.
And then to be able to do the reception inside. So So brides out there, call us. It's GFWC CoralGablesWomen'sClub.org, and you can go to our rental site from that location. So, so you've got that May 7th event.
Yes.
And then what is the Greater Kendall? What is that? Do they have something specific event coming up?
We're working on doing something for Small Business Week, which is that week of May 7th. My office, we're doing a cute event called May the 4th Be With You.
May the 4th be with you?
May 4th be with you, which is happening on May 4th. And it's going to be
so cute.
a Zoom event.
Yes. So May 4th. Okay.
May the 4th be with you. And we're doing, a Zoom event. And you are welcome to get dressed up in your favorite Star Wars outfit. And we're going to plan for a special out of this universe cocktail that we will be having during our program. So I hope to see you there.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to start promoting that
costume
soon.
I don't have. And I have a costume closet. I don't.
Your
have
hair is
any
long
Star
enough.
Wars.
You can do the Princess Leia buns on the side of your head.
Yeah, I have to look into that one. Oh my gosh.
My favorite character is Chewbacca, so I'm not sure how that would help me though on the Zoom event. So we'll see. I'll have to come up with something.
But if it's Zoom, then all you have to worry about really is your hair.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I'll have to worry about that. Yes.
Princess Leia.
See what I can do. See what I can do. Oh my gosh. So, so the chamber, the Greater Kendall, Terrell Bar Association. I know they have stuff all the time.
Terrell Bar Association is a fantastic small bar association. It started probably about 4 years ago. I've been on the board for the last few years and doing a lot in the Doral area. Just not this past weekend, but the weekend before. One of our members and also one of our clients is the Doral Contemporary Art Museum.
I was going to say DORCAM.
Yeah, DORCAM. Yeah. And both Marcel Lobel and Dr. Flora Mayoral, who are the faces behind DORCAM, had an amazing opportunity, and really I see it as a coup. They were able to get Manolo Valdez, who is a world-renowned sculptor, to display his artwork in Doral. And we had a fantastic event 2 Sundays ago with the city. J.C. Bermudez, the mayor there, is a huge supporter. And he is just one of the best mayors I have ever seen in my life.
I agree. He's my mayor. So that guy is amazing.
He really is. And he's just such a down-to-earth, low-key guy. The event was fantastic. Huge turnout. Marcelo made arrangements to have almost like a little expo going on.
Yeah.
There was entertainment. There was like a local ballet studio that put on several shows. They had a band. It was really, really a fantastic event, and it was all outdoors. And that's
Well, that's such a beautiful area too.
it is, and it's all these pieces are huge pieces.
I know, they're gigantic.
Yes, and they're strewn around all the public parks in Doral. So if you're looking for something to do outdoors, this is a really wonderful opportunity. And then you can visit one of the restaurants at City Place.
So many great restaurants.
Or downtown Doral, and show your patronage, and let's help these small businesses keep it going.
I'm telling you, I was so upset that I missed that Sunday event because I heard so many great things about it. And of course, everybody sends me stuff about it. And I go, and I can't remember what my conflict was, but I was just devastated. I couldn't go to that. But
there's still time. You can get out there.
Oh, well, I'm able to see I'm out and about.
Oh, in and out.
But I missed the fun stuff, that fun day. Yeah. And you're right about JC and the commission are, we're so lucky in Doral to have being led by such, people with vision, but also that are so ethical and welcoming to different things that you want to do. And that legacy park. And then they're developing that other big park in back of the, I still call it J.C. Bermudez Park, but it's Doral Central or something. I don't know. They changed the name. But to me, it'll always be J.C. Bermudez Park. And it's off at 87th and I'm trying to remember, 20-something maybe? No, 30.
Between 25th and 30th maybe? Something
I think
like
you're
that?
right. You're right. Yeah. So, but that's going to have everything. So the residents of Doral are super lucky to have.
They really are.
That resource. And Legacy Park, which is further north off 114th, that blows you away too.
You've been a long-time resident?
I incorporated Pinecrest, and then I moved to Doral, and I incorporated Doral. So J.C. Bermudez and I go back to the fact that he was running for mayor. He came to my door and we talked for an hour before. I said, why don't you just come in? And I don't know, we talked for another long time. And so we became friends. So, and he goes to my church, Our Lady of Guadalupe. So, so Easter week coming up. So got lots of stuff going on in Doral with Easter week too. So anyway, but our time is up, I believe. Am I right? Tommy? Yes. Okay. So, but I want to thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you, Gloria.
Always so much fun talking to you because we have, like I said, we run into each other everywhere.
Thank you so much for having me today. Appreciate it.
It's such a pleasure, really. And thank you again, Jackie Milanese, allthingsjackiem.com. Go check her out. Geico in Palmetto Bay, great agency. She and her husband George have that agency, and again, if you want an Airbnb in Hawaii, call Jackie. She's your girl. So thank you so much for coming today. I look forward to seeing you all next week, and hope you have a good day.